The secret lies in their bodies. The females, giants of their kind, are embedded in the bones, as if they are taking root. Their lower body parts turn into a network of tendrils that penetrate deeply, releasing acids that dissolve fat and protein contained in the bone marrow. Inside these roots live armies of symbiont bacteria, microscopic allies that digest food. The worm itself does not chew, bite, or swallow. He is engaged in agriculture. He grows invisible microbes that turn death into food. Without mouths, without teeth, they are still feasting. Imagine a parasite, half worm, half gardener, turning skeletons into living soil. This cycle is not only biological but also philosophical in nature. Worms remind us that even the hardest parts of our body, even the bones we leave behind, are not eternal. Over time, even these calcium monuments are destroyed, reduced to dust by creatures that are smaller than we can imagine. Nothing goes to waste, nothing lasts forever. The abyss absorbs but also recycles. Death becomes food. Absence becomes life. Under the oppressive silence of the ocean depths, where light never penetrates and the pressure turns steel into twisted fragments, a strange feast unfolds. It's a death feast, but not the kind you expect. Because here, when giant whale bodies fall into the abyss, they don't just rot. They become kingdoms. They become gardens. They become a place where something so alien, so impossible, takes root that when scientists first saw it, they thought it must be a plant. And yet it was alive. It moved and violated all the laws of life that we thought we understood. They are ostacs, bone-eating worms, creatures without mouths, without stomachs, and yet their very existence depends on eating what we consider to be the hardest and most unchangeable part of an animal, its bones. Their name comes from Latin. Ostax means bone eater. And this is not an exaggeration. If we consider bones to be a symbol of permanence, then they see nothing but food. The skeleton of a whale turns into a forest of red feathers, each of which is a worm that feeds on death itself. From a distance, it looks beautiful, like scarlet flowers blooming on ivory ruins. But as you get closer, you realize that these are not flowers but animals. Strange, grotesque, but at the same time elegant in their design. The females are not alone. Inside their translucent tubes, hidden from prying eyes, males live tiny, stunted, turned almost into shadows. They never feed or grow. They exist for only one purpose: reproduction. A single female can contain dozens, even hundreds of these microscopic males in her body, like a living hive, a strange harem altered by evolution. Such a grotesque device ensures survival. While the female thrives on bones, her miniature spouses ensure the future of the species. They are ghosts inside a ghost, invisible beings living inside another person. This vision is both absurd and frightening. A creature that eats without a mouth. A colony where males never live freely, but exist only as parasites inside their queen. A kingdom that flourishes not in the light, but in a cathedral of bones on the abyssal plain. The discovery of ostax is surprising in itself. In 2002, researchers exploring the depths of Monterey Bay lowered the whale's bones to the seabed and waited. When they returned with their cameras, they were stunned by what they saw. Red feathers like flowers gently swaying in the wind covered the skeleton. At first glance, they thought they were plants. But when they zoomed in, they realized that these were animals, so strange that they defied any classification. The ocean has once again shown that monsters lurk in it, but not with teeth and claws, but absolutely incredible ones. And the mystery is getting more and more mysterious. Fossil evidence indicates that ostax may have been feeding on bones for more than 100 million years. Paleontologists are now finding distinctive holes in the fossilized skeletons of ancient marine reptiles, perhaps even dinosaurs, that wandered into the sea. This means that these worms are older than the whales themselves. Long before humans appeared on Earth, long before mammals appeared, zombie worms were already at work destroying the skeletons of giants. They are the ancient guardians of decay, guardians of extinction, cleaners of bones in different eras. Even their bodies hold secrets that seem designed to excite. Their bright red feathers are not decorations. They are gills, feathered lungs that extract oxygen from the abyss. Their roots are chemical weapons that punch holes in the hardest tissues. And inside, male colonies are a biological absurdity. Hundreds of tiny sperm production factories embedded in the female, a living inversion of gender roles in nature. Darwin may have written about the survival of the fittest, but Ostax is rewriting the script. It's not the fittest who survive here, but the strangest. Now imagine this picture. The carcass of a whale, huge and silent, floats to the bottom after death. It settles to the seabed, becoming a stage. Scavengers appear first: sharks, mixins, giant isopodia. They gnaw at the flesh, gnaw and tear apart until only bones remain. Then silence returns, and out of that silence comes sedation. They bloom one by one in crimson gardens all over the skeleton, turning the ivory into a living reef. What we consider to be the end of the giant's story, they consider to be the beginning of their own. A philosopher once wrote, "We were born from dust, and to dust we will return." Ostax proves that even bones turn to dust in the ocean faster than we could imagine. And yet there is a strange beauty in this cycle. It's great to realize that death is not the end, but a transformation. That whales, falling, give rise to crimson forests, that even skeletons can blossom. And that's where I have to address you directly. If this strange journey into the underworld of bones has struck a chord with you, I ask for your support. This channel, like a fragile ossidax clinging to the skeleton, survives only because of what you give it. Every like, every comment, every post is another source, another sign of life in the abyss. The link in the description is to come with us, and together we will continue to discover monsters and wonders that the world prefers to forget about. So remember, when you imagine the depths of the sea, don't just imagine glowing fish or giant squid. Think of the silent gardeners of death, the worms without mouths, the creatures that live inside bones. They remind us that life is stranger than our myths, older than our empires, and more ruthless than our fears. Nietzsche once said, "What falls must also be pushed." The whale falls, and Ostax is ready to push it to transform. Camus wrote, "One must imagine Sisyphus happy." For Ostax there is neither struggle nor despair, only acceptance. Bones fall, roots grow, microbes feed. A cycle as ancient as the ocean itself, as cruel as time, and as honest as death.